what exactly are iminosugars and how do they impact inflammation, particularly joint-related inflammation?
Okay, so sugars are very important to how the body functions, and aberrations in carbohydrate biochemistry are involved in many diseases, and are important signaling molecules in the body as well. So they coat all the cells, and cells can recognize each other and viruses and bacteria by the sugars on the surface, for example. So they're very carefully regulated. Now, aminosugars are, in their simplest form, simple sugars with a nitrogen in the ring replacing the oxygen. So IDO-BR1 is a particularly interesting amino sugar. In fact, it's an amino sugar amino acid. It has a nitrogen in the ring, but it has a carboxyl group, whereas most amino sugars have a hydroxymethyl group. So it's an analog really of not a sugar, but an iduronic or a uronic acid. And in fact, it's particularly an analog of iduronic acid, having the iduronic acid configuration. So aminosugars, they're colorless. They don't particularly have tastes. They're orally available. They interact with sugar receptors. They can bind very strongly to sugar metabolizing enzymes, much stronger than the sugars themselves, thousands and thousands of times stronger. So they can have very intense biological effects at very, very low concentrations compared to the sugars themselves. So IDO-BR1 has anti-inflammatory activity, and we discovered it primarily because we knew that cucumbers were anecdotally claimed to be anti-inflammatory. We had a look at cucumbers, saw one compound we didn't recognize, purified it, and identified it as IDO-BR1 and confirmed it by synthesis with collaborators at Oxford University who work with us confirming the structures of the natural products.
Very cool. So it works on a specific inflammatory compound, and in that way, essentially helps with the inflammation.